everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Alex, your host, and as always, I'm here with the amazing Anna.
Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. Alex, today we're talking about something that every English learner dreams of: fluency.
Yes, fluency. The ability to speak English smoothly and confidently without stopping to think about every single word. Sounds amazing, right?
Totally. But here's the thing. Fluency isn't about perfect grammar or knowing every word. It's about flow, confidence, and actually thinking in English instead of translating in your head.
Exactly. And in today's episode, we're going to share 7 daily habits that can make fluency much easier. Habits that anyone can start right now, no matter your level.
Before we dive in, quick question for our listeners. How many times have you tried to speak English and suddenly forgot everything?
Oh, too many times to count. Don't worry, you're not alone. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical habits to help you speak more naturally and confidently every single day.
That's right. So grab a notebook, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's explore the 7 habits for fluency, starting with the very first one in just a moment.
Let's do it! All right, before we jump into the habits, let's talk about something super important. What fluency really means.
Yes, because a lot of learners think fluency is about speaking perfectly, using all the grammar correctly, or knowing thousands of words.
And that's exactly the misconception. Fluency isn't perfection. It's about being able to communicate smoothly, even if you make mistakes along the way.
Right. Imagine having a conversation with a friend. You don't think about every word or every rule. You just talk, and the conversation flows naturally. That's what fluency is.
Exactly. And another key part is thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. Translation slows you down and makes you hesitant.
Yes, when you start thinking in English, your sentences come out naturally, and you sound more like a real English speaker. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, you can still express yourself clearly.
So today, as we go through the 7 habits, remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about building confidence, flow, and comfort in using English every day.
Absolutely. And speaking of daily habits, let's jump into habit number 1. Think in English daily. This one is a game changer for anyone who wants to speak more naturally.
Here we go. All right, let's start with habit number 1. Think in English daily. This one may sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful.
Yes, because most learners try to translate from their native language in their head, and that slows everything down.
Exactly. Imagine you're trying to say, I want to go to the store, but you translate every word first. By the time you finish, the conversation has moved on.
Right. Instead, try to think directly in English. Start small. For example, when you wake up, think, I'm making coffee, I'm brushing my teeth. Just narrate your actions in English in your mind.
Even better, you can try describing your day silently or aloud in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on thinking naturally in English.
And the more you practice, the more your brain starts to switch automatically into English mode. Conversations become faster and smoother, and your confidence grows.
Exactly. So, the key takeaway: don't translate. Think in English instead. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time.
It's like training your brain to speak English naturally, not just memorize words.
Absolutely. And speaking of speaking, that's our next habit.
Habit number 2, speak every day, even if it's just to yourself. Let's dive in.
All right, on to habit number 2. Speak every day, even if you're alone. This is where a lot of learners get stuck because they're afraid of making mistakes.
Exactly. Many people think, I can't speak until I'm perfect. But here's the truth. Perfection isn't required. Fluency comes from practice, not flawless sentences.
Yes, and speaking doesn't mean you need a conversation partner every day. You can practice alone. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Describe what you're doing, or even record your voice.
I love that tip. For example, while cooking, you can say I'm chopping the vegetables. Now I'm heating the pan. Simple, but it's speaking practice.
Or you can tell a short story about your day out loud. It doesn't need to be long, just 2 to 3 minutes is enough. The important part is building the habit.
And the more you speak daily, the less scary it becomes. Your confidence grows, and you start speaking faster and more naturally.
Exactly. So remember, even if no one is listening, speak out loud every day. It's one of the fastest ways to improve fluency.
And that naturally leads us to habit number 3. Learn phrases, not single words. This one helps you sound even more like a native speaker.
Let's dive into it. All right, habit number 3. Learn phrases, not single words. This is a game changer if you want to sound natural in English.
Yes, many learners focus on memorizing individual words like beautiful, happy, or run, but knowing words alone isn't enough to speak quickly and smoothly.
Exactly. Instead, learn chunks of language, like, I'm looking forward to it, or, can you help me with this? These are ready-to-use phrases that you can drop into conversations naturally.
And here's the cool part. When you memorize phrases, your brain doesn't need to assemble a sentence from scratch. You just use the phrase, and your speaking becomes faster and more fluent.
Right. For example, instead of saying, I feel very happy because of your message, you could just say, I'm so happy to hear that. It's natural and native-like.
And don't forget collocations, words that often go together, like make a decision instead of do a decision. Learning these small patterns will make a huge difference.
So the key takeaway: focus on learning phrases and common expressions, not just individual words. Your sentences will sound smoother, and your fluency will improve faster.
Exactly. And that naturally brings us to habit number 4. Listen more than you study, which helps you absorb these phrases naturally.
Let's go. All right, habit number 4. Listen more than you study. This is one of my favorites because it's a really natural way to improve fluency.
Absolutely. So many learners spend hours studying grammar and vocabulary, but forget the most important skill: listening.
Yes, listening helps you hear how English is really used. The rhythm, the tone, and the common expressions. It trains your brain to understand and respond naturally.
And it doesn't have to be boring. You can listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, movies, or even songs. Anything you enjoy in English. The key is regular exposure.
Exactly. And there's a difference between passive listening and active listening. Passive is just hearing English in the background. Active is really focusing, repeating phrases, and noticing new expressions.
Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day of focused listening can make a huge difference. Over time, you'll notice your brain starts predicting words and understanding faster. Your speaking will naturally improve, too.
So the takeaway: listen more than you study, and let English sink in naturally. It's like training your ears before your mouth catches up.
Exactly. And that leads perfectly into habit number 5. Make mistakes without shame. This habit is all about confidence.
Let's talk about it. All right, habit number 5. Make mistakes without shame. This one is huge because so many learners hold themselves back out of fear.
Exactly. I hear this all the time. I don't want to speak because I'll make mistakes. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not the enemy. They're actually one of the fastest ways to learn.
Yes, every time you make a mistake, your brain gets feedback. You notice what works and what doesn't, and your English gets stronger.
And it's not just about grammar mistakes, pronunciation mistakes, word choice mistakes, even forgetting words. They're all part of the learning process. The more mistakes you make, the faster you improve.
Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You're going to wobble, maybe fall a few times, but eventually you ride smoothly. Speaking English is the same. You need practice, even if it's imperfect.
Here's a tip. When you make a mistake, laugh it off or correct yourself, but keep speaking. Don't freeze or apologize too much. Your goal is communication, not perfection.
And remember, even native speakers make mistakes. It's totally normal. What matters is that you keep going, keep practicing, and keep using English every day.
So the key takeaway, embrace your mistakes. They're proof that you're trying, learning, and improving.
Exactly. And speaking of daily practice, habit number 6 is all about building a simple daily English routine that fits your life.
Let's dive into that one. It's practical and super easy to start today.
All right, habit number 6. Build a simple daily English routine. This is where all the other habits come together. Practice, listening, speaking, thinking in English. It all works best with consistency.
Yes, and the key word here is simple. You don't need to spend hours studying every day. Even 15 to 20 minutes of focused practice can make a huge difference over time.
Exactly. For example, a simple routine could look like this: 5 minutes of thinking in English, 5 minutes of speaking aloud, and 5 to 10 minutes of listening to a podcast or video. That's it.
And the best part is you can fit it into your daily life. While making breakfast, commuting, or before bed, anything works. It's about making English a daily habit, not a chore.
Right. Another tip: try to mix the activities. Some days focus more on speaking, some days on listening or reviewing phrases. Variety keeps it fun and prevents burnout.
Also, tracking your routine helps. You can use a notebook or an app to mark your daily English practice. Even seeing your progress visually is motivating.
Exactly. So the takeaway: start small, stay consistent, and make English part of your daily life. That's how fluency grows naturally over time.
And now we're ready for our final habit, habit number 7. Use English in real life, the ultimate step to living the language every day.
Let's go! All right, habit number 7. Use English in real life. This is the ultimate step to take your fluency from practice to real-world communication.
Yes, because all the habits we've talked about, thinking in English, speaking daily, listening, learning phrases, they're all great. But the real magic happens when you actually use English with people.
Exactly. And you don't have to travel abroad or find a native speaker immediately. You can start right at home. Text in English, join online groups, comment on social media, or even talk to friends who are learning English.
Or try immersing yourself in English content while doing real-life tasks. For example, follow English instructions while cooking, watch videos, or write a journal entry about your day.
The key is to use English as a tool, not just a subject to study. When you apply it in real situations, your brain connects words, phrases, and ideas naturally, and fluency grows faster.
Exactly. So the takeaway, make English a part of your daily life. The more you use it, the more fluent you become, step by step.
And that brings us to the final part of our episode. Summary and a listener challenge to put all 7 habits into action.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, everyone. We've covered all 7 habits for fluency in English today. Let's do a quick recap.
Habit number 1, think in English daily. Habit number 2, speak every day, even if it's just to yourself. Habit number 3, learn phrases, not single words.
Habit number 4, listen more than you study. Habit number 5, make mistakes without shame. Habit number 6, build a simple daily English routine.
And habit number 7, use English in real life. 7 habits that, when practiced consistently, can take your fluency to the next level.
Now here's your challenge. Pick one habit from today's episode and commit to it for 7 days. It could be speaking aloud every day, listening to a podcast, or thinking in English.
Exactly. Focus on just one habit at a time. You'll be surprised how much progress you can make in just 1 week.
And if you want, you can share your progress in the comments or tell us which habit you'll start with. We'd love to hear from you.
Remember, fluency is a journey, not a destination. Small daily habits add up to big results over time.
That's it for today. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this episode helpful.
See you next time on the English Learning Podcast, where we make English easier, faster, and fun.
Bye, everyone!